This is Mr. Michael from Foote Printing. And we're talking local printing, and you have some tips on how to save money when you're using a local printer?
Yeah. I mean, in a lot of videos that we've done here, I've always recommended going or calling the printer. Call them, go to them with a sample, talk to them about it. That's for a lot of different reasons. You know, you can, let's say I've got a 6x11 postcard. I can fit that 6 up on a sheet. Let's say you want to do a 6.5x11 postcard. I can only fit that 4 on a sheet.
So all of a sudden I would have to pay more because you got to run more sheets, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
And is it necessary for it to be that size? I had a local company come to me and they were ordering these stickers from another company, and it was like 7x14 or whatever, and they were getting just black printed on them. And I said, well, and just at the top of my mind, I said, well, what are you guys doing after? You know, what are you doing internally? Oh, we're printing black on it. I said, was thinking maybe it's a big solid. So I had them send me what the art looked like, and it's just little type on the top and bottom. I said, well, if you're already going to be printing black on it on your inkjet after the fact, why do you need them to print black on the stickers before you even get it? Was the first thing.
Good question.
Then the second thing, the size, we made it just a little bit smaller, and then on the one way, and we were able to get double the amount of stickers out of the sticker sheet.
And still just as effective, you know, in terms of whatever they're going to use.
And pretty much every printer is buying the same sheets, the same sizes from the same large companies that are selling all these things. So I know they were getting half the amount of stickers out just because they didn't want to take 3/8 of an inch off of the one side. I said, well, will that work for your company? He said, yeah. I said, do you want to just print the whole black on there? Yeah. So we ended up saving them a lot of money just because we had that conversation. We looked at it. We looked at the size of the stock that I could get in-house to cut down for them. So that's always a great way. There's a lot of other ways. I mean, for one, you could always ask about discounts for ordering in bulk. That always helps. If you have a couple different print jobs, you want to print them at the same time, that's a good way to do it. A lot of people will send us one-off business cards from a company of like 100 people in the company, and it's like, why don't you wait until you got 20 or 30, send them over to us, we'll print them all together on a sheet, and the price will go down dramatically. You know, you're going to be paying less than half than what you would if you're just sending them to us one-off all the time. So that's another way to save money. Always, you know, black and white instead of color. Sizing that I already talked about, double-sided instead of single-sided is always, you know, most of the stuff we print is double-sided, but I've had customers come in like that before, and they then were mad that I gave them a price, and then they're like, oh, I need it one-sided. I said, you really need it one-sided? And then I'm trying to charge them, you know, like 30% more for the job because it's double the amount of paper, and they were kind of like, you know, upset about it. But so that's another way that you can save money. And then opting for more basic finishes. You know, a lot of people, some things just don't need spot varnish on them and all that stuff for business cards and fancier stuff where you're trying to impress people. But for the general bulk of the printed stuff, you just need it so you can hand it out to people, show people, or let them know about whatever specials you got going on in the store if you're you know, a store, stuff like that. So
that's why it's great to have a relationship with a local printer, because any sort of questions you have about what you're doing, I mean, you can answer. You can help the person you're working with. I mean, in terms of making the most out of it, or if there's some sort of problem setting up the art or whatever. But great,
for sure.
And you're willing to come forward with that information too. That's the difference too, you know. You know, if you go working somewhere else or get online or something, they're not gonna just fill out the order. Whatever you get, we're charging you.
And I just don't like inefficiency at all within my company for other people. So if I see something, even if it's going to cost me money because I won't be making as much, I'm definitely going to make the recommendation because I want it to be efficient, less waste, and more people to get more bang for their buck.
That's great. So, hey, you got something to get printed up? Michael's the name. Footeprinting.com is the game. That doesn't rhyme. Well, you know what I mean. That's Foote Printing with an E. Don't forget that. If you're not on the website, check it out right now, footeprinting.com. it.